Hi, Pacific. I hope you're doing well. Looks like the good weather has returned to our beautiful valley, and I hope you get out there for a walk, if not a paddle. I'm doing some extra paddling nowadays, which is great. Anyway, it's good to speak to you. I'm hoping you're doing well, and we are moving slowly to stage 3. It could be this week, which means we will start thinking more and more concretely about reopening. And we'll tell you more as we put those plans together. It's always a bit complicated, particularly if you were to look in the warehouse, because the pews are out and the food is in. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to work around all of that. God has really blessed us in these days as we've really been using our building fully, being a food hub for many who need help during COVID. Anyways, you hear all those good stories from Matt. I want to encourage you to continue to connect in any way that you can, virtually and with increasing your social bubble. We are so pleased that you catch up with us every Sunday. And we are so thankful that last week and for the next couple of weeks in our Renew series, we have one of our own, Mike Richardson, who is a professor at CBC, being able to share some very good stuff, what it means to be a family and founding that on the scriptures. And so we really look forward to his next 2 talks, and I hope you'll catch him again this Sunday. As you know, you can catch us live. We love it when we can watch it together, say hello, and share the experience together. But of course, you might be camping, or you might be on a trip, and we hope that on a Sunday or that Saturday night, you watch and share in the worship as our community gathers in this time. Good to talk with you. Looking forward to seeing you more and more, as hopefully that may be the case. And wash your hands, get those masks, and let's help each other be community once again by just doing some of these good hygienic ways of life now. So blessings to you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, my name is Dave Ashton, and I'm currently serving as the chairman of the Board of Elders at Pacific Community Church. When Pastor Brad preached a couple Sundays ago, he brought out 2 Corinthians 12, where Jesus tells Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." And Paul's response was that he will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Christ's power will rest on me. In challenging times such as these, our weaknesses are laid bare. Our pretenses and delusions of grandeur are washed away. It is in these days that I see Christ's power resting on some key people in our church, such as the 7 men and women I have the honor to serve with on the Board of Elders. We've had some challenging meetings as of late, and we have seen God's hand guide us through each difficult decision. We have seen Christ's power rest on our staff. How many times have we sat down in our homes and taken in a Sunday service and experienced a powerful moment in worship or in communion or another part of the service? When the doors closed on our church, our staff didn't kick their feet up and indulge on daytime television. Our staff stepped up in an otherworldly way. They have been accomplishing things beyond comprehension, whether it be the timeliness of our sermons, the synergy of our Sunday morning services, the providence of our online meetings together, and the continually strong financial support through online giving. Christ's power is resting on our staff, on our leaders, on our church. It is undeniable. I would say it is unstoppable. That's why I'm so excited that our staff team have been sensitive to God's leading us into this summer of renewal. As you may know, several months ago, our pastor search team brought 2 names for consideration to the Board of Elders. Through prayerful discernment, we arrived at 1 name. We were excited to introduce him to you, and then COVID-19 hit, and we had to recalibrate. Now I'm thrilled to announce we will be introducing him to you at the end of July and into the first part of August. The details need to be finalized, but we will keep you posted so you can have a hand in helping us discern whether this is the right person to lead us out of our summer of renewal and into the next chapter at PCC. Many of you are also asking when we might be meeting together again in our sanctuary. You should know that both our board and our staff have been considering this question as well. We continue to follow provincial guidelines to ensure the safety of all. We are working towards a possible soft reopening in September if current trends continue. Thank you for doing your part in keeping our province safe so we can take these steps forward. How great it will be, though it may be several months away, when we will be able to fill our sanctuary with singing and laughter and greeting one another with handshakes. Until then, be encouraged and boast all the more gladly in our weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on us.
Hello, Pacific Community Church. Matthew here. I wanted to give you a tour throughout the church and all the area here on all the exciting things that happen during the week at church and all the great things that are happening. So come with me. We're going to walk on a tour through the building. One of the great things that happens here every morning, about 10:30 in the morning, this truck shows up filled with food about this high from 2 Save On Foods. Save On Foods is committed to no longer sending any food to the landfill. So we get all that food here. We bring in volunteers. They sort the food. It goes into the food bank. It's used in our kitchen. Usually 6 or 8 different people come and receive all this food. So every day, Monday to Friday, we have 6 or 8 people here for about an hour to 2 hours receiving the food and putting it into the food bank. If you want to help with that, give me a call because we always need more volunteers. Here's our entrance of the church. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're still serving our meals here. So as you can see, a bunch of tables. We set those up. We serve our meals outside, still for about 50 to 70 people outside. If you walk with me this way, come on down through, you will see a few of our friendly faces here hanging out and trying to figure out a few things going on with meetings. As you can see, the man who just walked away from the camera is definitely scared. And we're not going to put him on. Oh, actually, there we go. Let's get this gentleman right here. Everyone say hi to Bill.
Such a pain.
One of our best volunteers who loves and hates me all at the same time. So thank you, Bill, for coming in on a weekday, on your day off, to go through the warehouse, move things, lift things. Bruno is back. We are excited to have Bruno back helping with a few maintenance projects.
Don't damage your camera, okay? You just turn it the other way.
He's already had a Dutchman on there. You can't work it anyway.
Everybody can thank Bruno. And obviously you guys all knew Courtney and all the hard work that she's done during COVID here. Coming into the commons area, we have a whole bunch of tables set up currently at this time. Let me turn on a few lights. And this is where we pack all of our mobile meals. Sometimes on our busy nights, up to 100 mobile meals go out of here. And so this is where all this happens. And we'll take you into the kitchen here in a second and see the mobile meals actually getting started to be cooked today. Actually, we didn't find Jan in the kitchen. She's just getting started and ready for the mobile meals. So here's Jan in the walk-in freezer that we have, picking out all the ingredients for today's mobile meal. Say hi to Jan. We're really, really excited about everything going on here at the food bank. Alex and I just came out back here and look at this. We are giving away a bunch of food to Youth Unlimited and Charlotte Tony and her program up in Guildford. So excited to be able to help out other organizations and load up cars and send it up to people in need. As Alex and I are touring around the church, another huge truck just showed up. Come on inside the back of the refrigerated truck and we will meet Dominic. Yeah. So here we are in the back of Dominic's refrigerated truck. He's an owner-operator who drives his truck up to Whistler 6 days a week. And if that's not enough, he volunteers for us after he's finished his load. He was up at midnight to be able to get to Whistler and back. And then he's back here at noon, picked up a bunch of stuff for us. And it's coming into the food bank. So everybody thank Dominic for serving and giving of his time and his truck. We wouldn't be able to do all this without guys like Dominic. So since we've been outside, wandering around, checking out all the food that we're sending out, we received a bunch more food. So awesome, all the food coming and going. I want to introduce everyone to Bev. Bev has taken on the position of running everything to do with our food bank. If sometimes if she looks a little stressed, please just give her a little bit of grace, because there is probably 100 to 150,000 pounds of food that comes through this place every month. And Bev is now in charge of moving all that food in and out of the building. So if you need to volunteer or you want to help Bev, please connect with Bev Renix. She'd love the help, and we'd love you to be involved. So touring around the church here is a bunch of the bikes that have been donated, being repaired and sent out to people in need. We're gonna walk outside and check out the whole bike shop that has started here and how we're helping out tons of people in the community. Kevin's not here right now, but just want to show you kind of what's going on here. You can see a whole bunch of kids' bikes that have been donated. We are now taking those bikes, fixing them up, giving them to kids in need. Also, selling some of those bikes to be able to help afford all the fixing up of the other bikes. As you can see, we got a little bit of a outdoor workshop going, and in that beige can is our bike shop in a can. So we're gonna take you here into the sanctuary and show you what is going on in the sanctuary space. As people have come through, a lot of them have said, wow, this is pretty amazing. We've taken a space that during COVID was not able to be used at all. We turned it into a place where then we're able to use it to help people and help the community. So many of you from the church that have come through and have seen it have been so proud of Pacific, and so proud of Pacific as we haven't stopped what we're doing. We are still caring for the community. We are caring for the community even more during this pandemic, and we are still growing spiritually as we do church Sundays online. We're still connecting with each other. We are doing church really well through this pandemic, and we are so proud of you. Let's go take a look at the sanctuary now. Come on with me. So what you can see here, you can see a whole bunch of food that we have brought in, and a whole bunch of food that comes here, gets sorted, and then gets sent out to people in need. Around this corner here, quite amazing, Army Navy in Langley, closing after 101 years in business, called us up, said, hey, we'll give you all the food we have. So they gave us a whole bunch of food. As you can see over here, all this came from Army Navy, a whole bunch of food, couple of cool decorations that might be used for kids camp and that sort of thing. And then shelving, shelving upon shelving upon shelving. This is a sample shelf, nice little small one, but we received stacks of this in the big 5-6 foot long. We're gonna use some in the food bank out back. Langley Food Bank's gonna grab some. A couple of other charity partners are gonna grab some. So thankful for all the guys last night with pickup trucks. We probably had 20 or 30 people with pickup trucks show up last night, pick it all up, unassemble it, throw it in their pickup trucks, and bring it back here so that we can use it for people in need, helping other charities, and do good out of a store closing. So PCC, I hope that was a good little tour of all the exciting things that are happening. This is just one day in the life of PCC every week. We have anywhere from about, not even counting our regular meal volunteers, but we have about 20 to 30 volunteers every week, that every day of the week that come in. We sanitize, we social distance, we keep it safe, but we are serving and loving the community. Thank you, PCC, for being a church that is willing to love and serve the community. We believe this is what Jesus has called us to.